Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of Vanderpump Rules Season 8, Episode 11, Introducing Mr. and Mrs. Couchy. Hallelujah! The wedding is finally here, and after this episode, I don't want to hear another word about it. God, the garbage men have decided to stop in front of my house to... I don't know what they do. Like every once in a while, you know how they smash all the garbage together. So I'm waiting until they move on. Okay, so it is the morning of the wedding. I'm getting married. Everyone's bustling about. People are starting to wake up. Lance Bass arrives. Lisa arrives. The bridesmaids are getting hair and makeup done. They're steaming Brittany's dress. I don't know, Jax is hungover, but the guys have to go in this other area because Brittany doesn't want him to see her before the wedding. Scheana and Kristen are talking about Carter, and Kristen said, he's calling me. He called me to see what time to be here. Scheana goes, where's he staying? And she goes, I don't know, the Hilton, I think, but you know, he knows what time the wedding is. I can't be responsible for him. Kristen, this is your very best friend in the world, right? Carter deserves to be here. He's your best friend. Yet she's gonna treat him like, you know what time the wedding is. I can't tell you. It's just so bizarre. Tom Sandaval is still acting like the best man. He's gotten Jax's shirt ironed. I think he said your shirt is dry. I don't know what happened to it, but he ironed it and he said, I've already got the like cufflinks in place, so I'm gonna hang it right here in front. And Jax is like, okay, where's Schwartz? That's what I would like to know. Then Sandaval gets a call from Ariana. Hey, guess what? One of the bridesmaids actually does need a tampon. And he said, oh, okay, should I just bring one or like two or three? And she goes, bring three. Okay, so he runs over to where the girls are to drop off some tampons. I mean, he really does it all. Side note, if you were to just watch this show, you wouldn't really understand why Jax feels like he shouldn't have had Sandaval in the wedding and all that stuff, you know? But I just saw Stassi and Beau on Watch What Happens Live, and Jax just either like tweeted or whatever when they were on the show, he just said that he regrets having Sandaval as part of his wedding. And Sandaval has been so perfect during this wedding. But according to Jax, Sandaval is only nice on camera, that he doesn't even see him off camera. So I don't know. I'm wondering if this is falling under the category of there's two sides to every story. And, you know, there's more to it that we don't know. But like I said, if we were only to go by the show itself, it seems like Sandaval is like a great friend. Okay, now like all the best men are dressed and ready to go. Jax is pretty ready to go. And then somebody said something about Randall and he goes, hey, where is Randall? Cut over to Stassi and Beau's room. Randall is in bed with Beau. Yeah, they are just shooting the talking about movies they like and not a care in the world. He's not dressed. So somebody calls Lala and she's like, what? He's not there? So then she goes to the room and she's like, Randall, you're not dressed? What is going on? You have to be there. All the guys are there and dressed right now. And he does look a little nervous and he's getting all like flustered and everything. Lala said that Randall has people do things for him and schedule things for him and just tell him when and where to be somewhere. And yeah, he doesn't do so good on his own. Okay, the next scene is sheer delight. It is Lance Bass and Lisa Vanderpump. Lance is a little bit nervous about officiating and he just wants to go over the part when they read their vows. And he said, so can you be Brittany and Jax? Lisa Vanderpump. Oh my God. I did not know she did an American accent, and she is so funny and so delightful. You guys have to find it somewhere or watch it because I will not do it justice, but She does Brittany. Oh, I'm just gonna love him forever and ever. I dreamed about my wedding since I was a little girl. And I know that's so weird. That's me doing Lisa doing Brittany, but you get the idea. And then her Jax. That was even better. You know, I never really thought I'd do this, but I'm here. You know, is it too late to change my mind? Oh, this is truly one of those things where you go, oh, you had to be there, because I'm not making it that funny, but it was. Okay, now the guests are starting to arrive. It's outside, and I think they said it was like 96 degrees. Not great. Shep from, is it Summer House? I don't watch those, but he's there. He's Jax's friend. Larry Burkhead is there. Do you guys know who that is? That's Anna Nicole Smith's baby daddy. How do they know him? That's an interesting one. Now Lisa Vanderpump is giving Jax a little pep talk. Jax is upset because his mom didn't even reach out and like text his godmother who is giving him away. His feelings are hurt. Is there more to the story between Jax and his mom than the fact that she didn't let Jax and his sister know that their dad was very sick? I mean, I don't think he knows for sure if his dad asked her not to tell the kids and get them upset. And, you know, obviously I understand he's upset. He's upset that he missed getting to say goodbye to his dad. But I also think it's possible that his dad either said, don't tell the kids. I don't know. For his own sake, I think he needs to get past it, because all he's doing now is losing time with his mom. And I think he's gonna regret that. Anyway, Lance Bass is telling him, side note, when did Lance Bass turn into Dr. Drew? Doesn't he, like with the glasses and the gray hair? I'm getting a real Dr. Drew vibe there. Anyway, he's trying to tell Jax, you know, I know your mind's gonna be everywhere at once, but try to really listen to the words and like get their meaning and stuff, so. Oh God. The Toms and Randall are standing there talking, and Randall said, I just want this to be made clear to everyone. An hour and a half before you guys were getting ready, I said to this one, meaning Schwartz, of course, let me know when it's time to go. I heard nothing from him. Schwartz with his little smile. Oh man, it was just negligence. It wasn't malicious. Oh God. You're cute, Schwartz, but that dumb act, or what? Maybe it's not an act, but whatever's going on there, I would be so over it. All right, so it's getting time. Jax walks out with his godmother on his arm, and he's carrying the urn with his dad's ashes. He puts him down on the seat right in front. You know, I don't know, guys. He's clinging to him. I think he needs to talk to his mom. Okay, so now the bridal party starts coming out, and she had 14 bridesmaids, I think, something like that. The wedding party alone is like a coronavirus nightmare. It's kind of insane. And then Brittany comes walking up the aisle, and let me just say this. Yes, Brittany looks very, very beautiful. You know, this is subjective and it is just my opinion. I don't love her dress. She is beautiful. She looks beautiful in it. I love her hair. She's wearing her hair down, but it's just in soft waves. Very pretty. But I kind of like her bridesmaid's dresses better than her wedding dress. It seems too stiff, and like the things on the boobs just like look like dinner plates with doilies on them, and I can't, I don't know. I'm being hypercritical. She's gorgeous. Okay, so they each wrote their own vows, and it was fine. Both of them had included friends. So yeah, there's a huge resurgence of people watching Friends. Like, I feel like more people watch it now than when it was on the air. But, you know, it was fine. It was sweet and It was just fine. And now we are at Sir with Brett and Dayna and the people that weren't invited to the wedding. We also check in with Tom, and Max has a conversation with one of the servers there, and she said, I heard some dramas. And he said, what? It was about how he and Dayna broke up, but that he was seeing some other girl. And he goes, yeah, see, that's not right. None of that's true. And he just feels like ever since he kind of got with Dayna, everybody else has been trying to break them up. And his plan now is to just not see anybody and focus on work so that he doesn't have to deal with it. Good advice. Let's see how long it lasts. Back at the wedding, Lisa is scolding Tom and Katie for not getting their marriage license. She thinks that it's Schwartz's subliminal reaction to not really wanting to make a commitment. I mean, you know, at this point, they should just leave things as they are, because then it will save them a lot of trouble and money and headache when they eventually get divorced. Because, you know, they won't have to get divorced, they can just break up. All right, back in LA, Dayna is meeting Raquel and Danica for lunch somewhere. When did Dayna and Danica become friends? I can't with Danica, you guys. You know that. It's so unfair, but I do not like this chick. I think she has always got an agenda, and it is to butt her nose into everybody else's business and stir up trouble. Don't you have your own troubles? Oh, apparently she does have her own troubles. Yeah. She can't drink because she has to blow into a breathalyzer to start her car. Okay, great. She got a DUI, and not only does she have to blow into the thing to start the car, but while she's driving, she has to blow into it every 15 minutes. I didn't know people had to do that. That's good though. I guess it prevents you from blowing into it and then starting to drink right away. So Raquel is filling in the others on her relationship with James and how she's kind of given him an ultimatum to not drink. And they were both pretty supportive, telling her hopefully he recognizes what he has in you and he doesn't want to lose that and all that. And then it's Dayna's turn to update them on her relationship with Max. Why? Why, Dayna? Why are you telling Danica about your relationship with Max? She's not on your side. I don't get it. Anyway, she tells them that she broke up with him. Either that or they knew she broke up with him. I'm not sure. But she said, so here's the thing, guys. When I found out he went to Jones, apparently there are 2 restaurants called Jones. I was thinking of the upscale, very romantic Italian restaurant, but apparently there's also just like a little salad place, and that was where he was with her. So, and, oh my God, am I agreeing with Danica here? Apparently, because Danica said, just because you got the place wrong doesn't mean he wasn't cheating on you. It just means that you caught him at a different stage of cheating. And then we get this funny little like drawings on notebook paper with Danica's narration over them. Like she said, they probably went out to dinner the night before, went back to Max's place and banged, and then in the morning went out for a French toast or whatever. She's like, it doesn't matter what part of the hookup timeline you caught them in. They still hooked up. I'm going to give her that was slightly funny. I still don't like her. We're not best friends yet. Well, Dayna is in the mode of making excuses because she said that the thing is, we were not exclusive at that time. We were just dating. And Danica said, and you don't think he led her on the way he did to my friend and everybody else? Yeah, like Scheana. He's kind of got a pattern, Dayna. But no, because Dayna is in the mode right now where she thinks she jumped the gun by breaking up with him, and she wants to go talk to him and see if she can't have a do-over. Back in Kentucky, it's the wedding reception, and At one point, Carter is sitting with Logan. It says Logan Lala's friend, but isn't Logan James's friend? Isn't he the guy that's in love with James? Or was? I feel like, yeah. That I think James had always kind of led him on. Like he was kind of flirty with him, kind to him, but like a little bit flirty because he knew that Logan really kind of wanted him. Or is there a different Logan? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where this came from in their conversation, but Carter says to him, Kristen's the only person I've had sex with in the past 4 years. But no, I'm not living with her. Then Logan asks him where he's staying that night, and Carter said, I'm just going to kind of go with the flow, and we'll see if I wind up in Kristen's bed. It happens. In Jax's confessional, he's like, Kristen fought so hard for Carter to be here, and I was trying to keep the numbers down because this wedding is already costing me so much. And now she's not even talking to him or even being anywhere near him. That's one less person I could have had. He is very concerned about the cost of everything. Stassi and Beau are sitting there. Stassi is talking about how when they get married, she wouldn't want... He hasn't asked her yet at this point, but she's like, if it's going to be outside, I would want it to be in the fall because I don't want people sweating. Yeah, I told you guys it was 96 degrees. And then Beau said, and I don't want any kids there. And then, it's so sad because they show this little girl like dancing kind of wild. But then when he said that, she goes, are you saying we're going to get married? Oh, God. He goes, at some point, but it has to be the right time for me. And she goes, I can control everything in my life, but I cannot control that. It's killing her. Next, Schwartz gives a speech that goes on for like 20 minutes. We've all been to a wedding like that, haven't we? The speech giver, A, should not be already wasted, and B, there should definitely be time limits on speeches. Because, usually the speeches come before the dinner. I don't know if that's the case in this one, because I think I saw people eating. But, people just want to eat and get to the dancing and fun. So when the speech is finally over, it's time for the father-daughter dance. And it's very sweet, but Lala is missing her dad. She thinks about when she and Randall get married, that the most important man in her life is not going to be there. So she's tearing up a little bit. It's sad. Then Kristen goes outside to sit and have a little chat with Carter. I'm so over these two. I don't even know what this was about. Was it good? Was it bad? I don't know. She's kind of yelling at him. Not yelling, but they are arguing, I guess, about their relationship. And she's like, why do you want to be with me? And he goes, because I love you. Yikes. That was the scariest I love you ever. She's like, you texted me yesterday that I was selfish and unkind, and I'm not. And he goes, that's how I felt. You were yesterday. So I think it's a maturity problem, maybe, with Carter. Well, on both their parts. Maybe that's all that's really going on. But it's funny when you get older and you're married and you have family, and fights about stupid stuff like that are just, you long for fights like those stupid ones back when you were just dating, Wait till you guys have some real life problems. In Kristen's confessional, she said, it would have been really sad if Carter wasn't here, but it's also making me sad that Carter is here. Ay. Just make a decision on him. This is as tiring as the wedding, but at least the wedding lead up is over. Let's let Carter be over now. Okay, so now it's about midnight and Lisa and Ken say goodnight. They go back to their hotel. Brittany throws the bouquet. She's trying to throw it towards Stassi because she wants or thinks that Stassi's going to be the next one to get married or to get engaged. She's trying to avoid Kristen because Kristen is not with the right person right now. And it ends up with her 18-year-old cousin. All right, the festivities just keep going on and on. Guys, I'm a little bit bored. I'm sorry, I feel like this recap's gonna be really short. Now we have Hooter girls lined up on either side of the aisle, and people are dancing down the middle. This is when Jax finds out that there's a cash bar and loses it because my friends shouldn't have to be paying for drinks. I spent $100,000 on this wedding. Put the cash register away. I had 60 bottles of vodka over there and I guess on the other side of the venue or something. So who comes to the rescue? Schwartz? No, not Schwartz. Sandaval, the guy he hates. He goes and talks to somebody and he's like, we had vodka over there. We're going to go get it. And she's like, yeah, sure. So he goes and gets all the vodka and brings it over, saves the day. He does seem a little bit thirsty when he tells Jax that he did that, though. It's kind of like, I was a good boy, right, Dad? Right? You know, bothers me a little bit. Back at SUR, Dayna and Charli have a really fabricated for television conversation. They talk about how neither of them really like weddings. Well, we heard earlier that Charli's dream is to go to Vegas and get drunk and like just say, let's get married. I mean, that's fine, but like to dream of that? It is the complete opposite of Brittany's dreams. And then Dayna said, yeah, I mean, I think I would just go to like a courthouse or something because, I don't know, I just think weddings are kind of whack. And then she's like, so are you seeing Max anymore? And she said, no. Oh, really? How come? You know, it was like, do we need this conversation again? She just had this conversation with Danica and Raquel. Anyway, she said, I think I made a mistake and I need to go talk to him. I do love that Charli said, okay, well, I don't feel like I know you or Max well enough to make a judgment call here, but I do just kind of feel like, damn, what does Max have that all these girls want? Dayna, big old dick. Charli goes, I guess so, but I just wouldn't want to be disrespected like that. Dayna, Charli, maybe I'm liking Charli more. Listen, it's not like I like any of the new ones or even most of the old ones that much, but thought Dayna kind of understood what was happening, and now I feel like she's getting played, and I don't like that. Also, I love Charli's confessional when she said, I think it's awesome that I'm the youngest person here and also not the dumbest. You're definitely not the dumbest. Back in Versailles, Beau and Stassi are dancing and Beau's like, thank God Jax was such an asshole. Otherwise, that could have been you up there. And she's like, oh my God, yes, thank God. Then we see Scheana making out with one of the groomsmen. She's like, being a bridesmaid is best. You're first on the guest list. You get to wear a pretty outfit. You get to make out with the single groomsmen. I'm doing everything that Kristen should be doing, but instead she's out chasing Carter in the darkness of the castle. All right, so now it's the next morning and they're just waking up and Jax is like, what time do we have to be out of here? And Brittany said 11 and he goes, yeah, I don't want any extra charges. So Jax is like making sure he wakes everybody up and gets their asses out the door. He has paid enough. Back at Tom Tom, Dayna shows up to have a little chat with Max before the place opens. And she tells him that she thought it was the different Jones and that it was some big romantic thing and that she thinks she jumped the gun and she made a mistake. And according to her, they could just move on, but like the ball's in his court now. And he decides that maybe he needs to just take a beat and not see anybody and not have to deal with all the drama of everyone who was lying about him and saying things that weren't true. And if he's just not seeing anybody, he doesn't have to deal with all that. I think Max needs to take a break from women, period. Back in Kentucky, Jax is going room to room, knocking on the door. Housekeeping, time to leave, time to leave. When he gets to Scheana and Kristen's room, Kristen answers the door and she's like, shh, they're sleeping. And he goes, who's in there? Who's sleeping? Yeah, Carter. Carter spent the night. But Scheana was in the bed too, my guess. Because in the confessional, Kristen said, I didn't think I would backslide, but, like things happen. So I'm guessing that Scheana may have been with the groomsmen and then just kind of tiptoed in the morning and hopped into bed with them. I don't know. But it was just Scheana and Carter in the bed at that moment. And yeah, that's pretty much where this episode ends, with Jax going, okay, everybody, time to go. Credit card's maxed out. Time to go to SUR and pick up some shifts. So yeah, that is it. Oh, you guys, the wedding's over. Thank God. We get to see some previews for like upcoming for the whole rest of the season. It looks pretty exciting. Couldn't be worse than this episode, right? This one was pretty boring. All right, that's it for me. Before I go real quick, want to give a shout out to those of you who follow me who are in the healthcare industry. I know there are some of you out there, you've talked to me about it in the comments. I don't know how to thank you guys enough. What we're going through right now is unprecedented. It's scary. I know we keep hearing the same words over and over again. Stay in the house, stay away from others. But you guys can't. You can't stay home with your families and shelter in place. I know you are overworked right now. You are away from your family, you're working long hours and putting yourselves at risk. And you are doing that for the greater good and for all the rest of us. My heart goes out to you and my thanks. We need you. We don't get through something like this without doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, home health aides, aides in nursing homes. We need you. I thank you guys very, very much. And for the rest of us, when I tell you, please stay at home if you can and as much as you can for the good of those who are older than us, for those who are in poor health, and for our healthcare workers. Let's show them a little love by staying in the house as much as we can. Thanks. I love you guys very much. Subscribe, like, click the bell, all the things. I will see you guys next week. Bye.